Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy Vic Slay Hope, and I got another video for y'all. I want to give my 2 cents on the little Durk situation. A lot of people been talking about it. It's everywhere, social media, the news, etc. I guess it's one of them hot topics right now. But before I even get into the video, if you click the description below, you have access to my social media if you want to follow me. This is my book, Who Profits When Black Men Gangbang. You can get that on Amazon. The link is down there if you want to support. There's also a documentary, We Came to Heal, that you should check out, right? We all kind of like need healing, especially in our communities, especially if you've been through a lot of stuff and you've been traumatized from childhood, and you got some things you gotta like work out so that you could be better to your full potential. Then check that out, and put a link, and put a comment if you check the video out. Anyway, let's get back into this, right? Am I surprised that they picked up Lil Durk? No, I'm not surprised at all. And first and foremost, I want to say that like any information that's out there right now is kind of like hearsay, unless there's some concrete facts behind it, right? This happens all the time. People get locked up. There's people that speculate. There's people that just get on the internet and say such told. Early on, there's a lot of speculation until like it's really proven or backed by anything, right? People in the hood got a tendency to do that. When somebody get locked up, like people in the hood be quick to call somebody a snitch. They be quick to say all type of stuff about people, without them even being there or really knowing like what really transpired or what really happened, or without them even knowing the law. But anyway, I'm not surprised that Lil Durk is picked up. There's a song called Red Man, right? By Lil Durk. And in one of the lines, he says, they asked me where I'm gonna be in 10 years. Shit, I said the feds. So I know sometimes we talk about this, right? How like people speak certain things into existence. I don't believe in that fully and wholeheartedly. I think it's not just what you speak, it's also what you kind of like really believe, like mentally, right? So I believe he believed that like I am gonna be in the feds, right? I think that like if you look at like Pop Smoke, right? Pop Smoke always used to be making songs about send me the Addy or something about the address. He was always talking about the Addy, Addy, Addy. And that's kind of like how they got him, right? Or they backdoor him. People say they backdoor him. Some people said the address kind of like showed whatever. But that's the narrative, right? The address got leaked in his picture. And you hear other rappers say they're going to have to kill me for my jewels. And what usually happens, a lot of rappers get killed for their jewels, right? So it's just a lot of things that go into that. But anyway, this man said years ago in a song that they asked him where he gonna be in 10 years, and he said, shit, probably the feds. It's crazy. Right? Anyway, my thing is, this is like some of my issues, right? With black culture. Like here is a man, and this happens constantly in our communities. And maybe this might be something good for him. It might be good something for him. He was starting to, like, I guess, change the narrative. Like, he recently performed in Chicago. He had a mural of a lot of the people that was fallen soldiers out there in Chicago, right? Even some people that he was beefing with. He had just gotten the key to the city. I believe, I don't know him. So, again, this is from the outside coming in. I believe, like, he wanted to make a turn. Sometimes making that turn is not that easy. But it seemed like he was trying to change his life around. It seemed like that. And usually that's when shit come back to haunt you, man. When you're trying to move in a different direction and you're trying to do different things, that's usually when things happen. Hopefully there's some benefit. There's some benefit in everything. We just gotta find it, right, and look for it. So hopefully something beneficial comes out of this, for the brother. But let's get back to one of like the main things I wanted to talk about. It's this toxic behavior in black culture, right? Like here is a man right? That he's a gang member or was a gang member. He claimed that he's not no longer a gang member. Um, gang member. If he not, my bad. But he was unknown, was or is whatever, known gang member. That rapped about people getting killed in the city, right? Constantly talked about things like, I get my young boys to do something to you. All I gotta do is give them a pair of Jordans, or pay money, or whatever he had to do to get whatever job done. Or I'll be with the shooters and XYZ. You know the lyrics to a lot of the songs, right? Making fun of people that died. You name it, right? Here's somebody that like influence our young folks to either carry out things for him or carry out things for themselves based on like the influence that was given to them, right? So given to all the things you've done and the things that you might be a part of or contributed to, here we are at Black Folk talking about free Lil Durk. Like, just let that sink in. And this is not the only person we said that about, right? There's countless people that have come from our communities that have wreaked havoc, right? That have oppressed people in our communities, that have made our communities unsafe, that have further made our communities unlivable more than they already were, right? Who have made people in our community fearful to go to the parks, to just enjoy their life, to just come home at night. Like, there's people who have contributed to that in our communities, and we sit around here day in and day out talking about freedom. Like, I really want y'all to let that sink in. Like, we really be all out here talking about free our oppressors, to free people who impacted our communities negatively. Now, I don't want you to just think about Lil Durk. I want you to think about like the culture of like, we be knowing that somebody did some criminal activity, did some harm in our community, did some wicked things to people, and we be out here talking about free him, free them. That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. So there's something wrong with the culture. And then there's the snitching part, right? Now, don't get me wrong. If the people, because I'm not fully blaming people that be out there in the street. Like, stuff happens, people get into the street, whatever. If you in the street doing stuff to street people, that's fair game, man. Y'all both chose to be in the gang, like you and the whatever rival, you on the other side, they both chose to play a game. That's why I don't be feeling too bad for certain people, because it is what it is. Certain people choose to play the game, and then they get caught up, and it is what it is, right? But if you're out there doing stuff to innocent people, if you're out there doing things to people that don't have nothing to do with nothing, you getting people caught up in the crossfire, you're harming other folks that don't got nothing to do with the street life. Other folks is fearful to like live a good quality of life because of y'all nonsense. That's a problem. That I have a problem with. When we start doing things that affect other people, that's a problem. So even with the no snitching stuff, that's part of the game. Like, people be so angry, people be so mad, people be so upset. That's part of the game. When you in the game, you're going to have deceit. You're going to have people that's going to sell you out, turn you in. That's part of the game. This is why I play the game. It's a losing game. They try to backdoor Quando Rondo, right? This is just what's in the streets. You either going to end up dead or in jail. And most of the time, it's somebody in your camp that's going to give you up. But like I said, hopefully something good come out of this situation. Sometimes people need to go to jail and sit down. and really contemplate over their life. And hopefully there's a benefit in this situation overall. But yeah, man, we need to shift the culture of like, when we know people are like known criminals and have contributed and impacted our communities negatively, and have funneled our young youth into jail systems, into death, we shouldn't be out here screaming freedom. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section.